everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. This is a live episode for the Wholistic Me Podcast. And so this is actually going to be episode 41, which I think is really awesome. I can't believe I've done this many episodes already. But once a week on Wednesdays, I go live and I do a live recording, live episode. And those of you that join me and are here with me, you have the opportunity to ask questions if you have any regarding any of the topics that I've covered or just holistic wellness self-care questions that you might have. I'm here to answer the questions, but today I actually wanted to do a little follow-up to my last episode, episode 40. If you want to check that out, I will link it here. And I covered back pain using a DIY self-care tool using 2 tennis balls, okay, with a tube sock. So you can check out that video on how I did that and how I use it. And but I wanted to give you some acupressure points to use as well as this self-care tool in order to address back pain. So we'll get right to it. And if I have any questions come up, I will do my best to stay on top of comments coming in. If you are watching from a shared link, try to come over to the actual Facebook page and you can follow there as well if you don't already. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel, which I'll include a link in this post once the live is complete, so that you can go back and watch all the previous episodes as well that may help you on your journey where you are now. So first point I want to cover for back pain is small intestine 3. So what I want you to do is make a fist, a light fist, and you see this little crease that forms here on the side. So I'm on the pinky side of my hand. There's a little crease that forms. I want you to be in line with that, more or less, okay? Where the edge of the bone is. So my bone is here, and I'm going to be between the fleshy part and the bone, and that's where the point is located, okay? Grab my tool here. Might be better to see without my hand in the way, so I'm right in this space. Now this may be tender for you if you are experiencing back pain, especially low back pain specifically. And if you're like me, I've been sitting on the floor a lot the past 8-9 months home with my son, and so my back isn't doing 100% like it would normally be. You know, normally I'm feeling pretty good, but with sitting on the floor constantly, various times throughout the day, various lengths, it can be challenging to maintain proper posture and alignment, which causes me to have some discomfort, but I do try and stay on top of it and manage it as best I can. I even tend to sit on a yoga bolster or yoga kind of meditation pillow, and that lifts my hips off the ground and allows me to sit in a better position to maintain my posture a little bit more. But even then, just playing and all of that, those of you that can relate, you know what I'm talking about. You're like on the floor, up and down, and playing, having to bend over while seated and all of that. So it can be tricky, but we make do. We do what works. And you can do both sides. So same thing, make a fist on the other hand, and you'll find that crease and alignment and be in between that fleshy part and the bone. Okay, and you can use your fingers to press on this point, or use something like this tool, which I've shown before, and I do sell this on my website. Which is just a small rounded end. So something like the back end of a Sharpie works really great. It's similar to this. Or for larger areas, this tool is nice because it has the 2 rounded ends on it. So you can use this in this way, or you can simply use and press with your finger. The only thing is, if you're doing multiple points, your hands can just get a little bit tired or fatigued from pressing. You do have the option to tap this point, but for back pain, I do prefer pressing, okay? And if you might move up or down a hair from the alignment with that crease, and you might find a point that is slightly more tender, and that's where you really want to be, okay? because that will be a mirror of where your back pain is probably located. So as we move closer to the wrist, we're closer to the neck area, and as we move further up towards the finger, we're more in alignment with the lower back. So you can actually check along this ridge here and see where you have the most tenderness and press there. All right. The other point that's really great, and this is goes for pain anywhere in the body, is Li4. So large intestine 4. It's located in the V here of the hand. So this fleshy part between the thumb and index finger, you're going to be against the ridge of this bone here, about halfway. So if we were to take the length of that bone, cut it in half, right? This is where we want to be. So you can, again, either use your finger to press, and you can do it this way, whichever way is more comfortable if you're using your hands, or take a tool and press as well. All right, so either one of these is a great option. Again, for when we're working with pain, and especially on areas like the hands and lower body, arms, you can tap, but pressing is, I find, to be much more effective. I like to use the tapping for more energetic work or when we're working on the head and face, just because it feels a little bit better, in my opinion and in my experience, and you still get the benefits. And if you think about the face and the head versus other parts of your body, there's not a lot of space really between your skin and bone, so to press can be a little bit uncomfortable for most, so that is my preference. So we're going to press this just a tad longer, and each of these you do just 1 or 2 minutes. You might find one that's more effective than the other. I'm going to go ahead and switch hands now. So we're going to come here, Li4 again on the other side, same location, right halfway between the length of this bone and that fleshy part, right against the ridge, right in there. You'll probably feel some tenderness, okay? This is actually this is one of our, as acupuncturists, this is one of our go-to points for any kind of headache. It's the command point for the head. So if you're having any head pain at all, this is the point to go with, okay? If nothing else. If you don't know any other points, but you just remember this one, this is a great point. It's also just good for pain anywhere in the body and very moving as well. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit low energy, and I will say, be cautious. For those of you that are pregnant, I would avoid this point. If you're treating low back pain, just use this point right here. All right, and so we're done with that. Now the other thing, one last point I want to show you on this live, and this looks like it'll be a short live, but I think it's going to be great because you can follow along and do what works best for you as far as finding which points are more sensitive. But if you are having back pain that has you feeling like you can't stand straight up, okay, that has you like stuck in this position, or you bent over to grab something and you're feeling like you can't get up, or you can't, having difficulty coming up from a seated position, and it's really focused in the low back, lumbar sacral area, okay, right here between the edge of the nose and the philtrum here, okay, this line, you can dig your nail if you have it, if you have a nail long enough, otherwise the tip of your finger, and push into that. Well, it may be pretty tender or sensitive. It's a little sensitive for me, just because of the area it's in, so you'll have some sensitivity, just a little bit, but if you're having back pain, especially that lower back pain, you'll probably be very sensitive. But this is a great point if you're feeling stuck in that position, like you can't fully stand straight up. While you're stuck, this is our emergency go-to point, okay, for low back pain. When somebody is stuck, kind of bent over, press on this point, press and hold, and just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Deep breaths, and slowly you'll see that you will be able to come to a fully standing position. or just do this even if you're not stuck but you're having a tendency to have that happen to you. Do this regularly to help treat your lower back. All right, so that's going to be it. That is it for the points. If you need to get yourself an acupressure tool, you can check out my shop website, which you can just go to the link wellnesswithindex.com or go to jessicabravo.com and you'll be able to link over to my shop from there. And if you haven't already, if you're looking for a gift, hello, I see a number, but I don't see a name pop up. Welcome to the live. I'm just wrapping up. We did some low back and back pain points, acupressure points, to follow up on our last episode. So just a couple quick things. I mentioned the acupressure tool. If you need to get one, that's available. But if you're still looking for a gift for family, friends, loved ones that need some support on their healing journey, check out the Wellness Within deck. A lot of you have your own copy already, but if you've forgotten somebody and you can't think of a gift, perhaps this may be the one. So Wellness Within deck, this is the Anxiety and Stress edition, jam-packed with 30 cards, wellness self-care cards, and a guidebook to support your healing journey and allow you to create really simple, holistic self-care practices and address stress and anxiety in your life, as well as just a well-rounded support for your full wellness. All right. That's all I have for you all today. This Wellness Wednesday is a little bit on the shorter side, but if you have any questions regarding back pain, hello Janet, welcome, regarding back pain or our previous episode where I talk about the tennis balls for self-massage and addressing back pain with a DIY self-care tool, feel free to leave that in the comments, please, or any other questions that you might have around holistic self-care or just wellness in general that you want me to cover in a future episode. I always love to get feedback from you all, from the community, and those of you watching or listening to the episodes that I put out weekly. I have new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Wednesday one being this live Wellness Wednesday happening here on Facebook. And yes, go back and watch from the beginning, and I'll have also a link to the previous episodes that show you, last Monday's episode, that shows you about this for back pain, which ties into why I talked about some acupressure points for back pain today. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you all next time. New episode coming out Friday, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe so you can get the notifications, or follow here on Facebook and see the updates get posted. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your week and rest of your day. Sending you all so much love. Until next time, stay well, my friends.